Here. This is the out-of-the-box video for the flood extractor. It's the Flood Hog Model 7000DX. So when you first open up your box, the first thing you notice is all the accessories and the hoses. So first thing we'll do is we'll take those out, set them aside for now, and we're going to just focus on the extractor. Now what you'll probably notice is for a 70 gallon per minute pump out pump, this is a very compact unit. First thing you're going to see is the built-in inlet filter. This is a stainless steel mesh filter. This is going to catch large debris, and it also has a nylon sock on it also. Now in your accessory pack you get a bag of replacement filters, and we also have the lid. So let's go ahead and put the lid on right now. Now that we've got our lid firmly in place, you notice that the inlet is actually a cufflinks filter. All Mighty extractors have these, and I'll go over with you later on in the video how to properly install your hose onto the cufflinks. Next thing you're going to notice is the clear vacuum tank lid. This makes it very accessible to see what's going on in your tank and very easy to access. Simply lift the lid, turn it 90 degrees, and pull up on the handle. And then to replace, real easy, the exact opposite of what you just did. Lock it in place and push the lever down. Now if we look further down the machine, we see we've got heavy duty latches on the front. Makes it very easy to access the inside of the unit. Also, heavy duty handle for helping carry the machine up and down stairs or lifting it in and out of a vehicle. It has 10-inch wheels, 4-inch casters, and the casters are locking casters. That's very important, especially with an extractor that has a 70 GPM pump. Once it gets going, you want to make sure your casters are locked in place so your machine doesn't move around on you. Also, we have our switches down below and our indicator light, and I'll go over with you later on in the video what that represents. Now let's take a look at the back of the machine. So on the back of the machine, you notice your output. This is for the 70 GPM pump out pump, and it's a cam and groove lock, and I'll show you later how to install your hose, your output hose, onto the cam and groove fitting. You notice that it has a drain valve. This is pretty important because even though it has a big pump, sometimes you can't get all of the water out of the tank. You simply lift the lever and you can drain all the water out of your vacuum tank. Now if we take a look at the cords, there's two cords. Both are 25-foot power cords. Your first cord, cord number 1, which is the top one, has the 70 gallon per minute pump out on it and one vacuum motor. Your other cord has your second vacuum motor on it. The reason we split them is if you ever get in a situation where you cannot run both cords, your machine will still work with just one cord. Always use cord number 1. Cord number 1 is going to pull about 20 amps, so make sure you're on a 20 amp circuit. Cord number 2 only needs a 15 amp circuit. When both cords are plugged in properly into two different circuits, that indicator light that I showed you earlier will light up. That's when you know you're good to go. Now let's look at some of the accessories that come with the unit. So what I've done is I've separated the hoses into two separate piles. First one we want to look at very closely is the hose that has the two vinyl cuffs on it. And let's go ahead and put on our cufflinks so that matches up to the cufflinks that's on the machine. So first thing we're going to do, just grab any side of the hose, doesn't matter which one. We're going to take this cuff off. To take a vinyl cuff off, you have to use reverse threading. Hoses are made with reverse threads, so where righty-tighty, lefty-loosey usually works, completely opposite in this case. So we take that off. This is our cufflinks. It's going to match up to this hose, and then it will match up to the machine. So let's put that on. Just thread it on until you can't thread anymore. It'll bottom out, and then we're ready to put that onto the machine. Let's do that now. Mighty cufflinks are very easy to install. Once you put it on, just give it a slight turn, and it's locked in place. It's not going to leak air, And with vinyl cuffs, it's not going to wear out, and it's very strong, and you can't pull it off. Now let's take a look at some of the other accessories. Another important accessory that comes with your flood extractor, and that's your wand. It's a 2-piece stainless steel wand, and very easy to put together. We have one side with the button, the other side with a corresponding hole. Just slide the tubes together until they snap in place. And as you notice, you have the threaded end is where your attachment head will connect to your wand. So let's set aside the wand for now and take a look at the attachments that come with it. First attachment we're going to look at is the scalloped head. This is perfect for using the flood extractor on carpet. The next one is the squeegee, and this is great for any hard surface, tile and grout, cement floors, but feel free to experiment, change them around, and see which one works great for you. So let's go ahead and attach the cleaning head to the wand. It's very simple. First thing we do, loosen up the ring, slide in our head, and go ahead and tighten the ring down, and it will lock the head into place. You'll notice that the head swivels. This is completely normal. Connecting the wand to the hose is very simple. Same hose that we use to connect to the front of the machine is used to connect to the wand. Remember, one side still has the vinyl cuff on it. One thing that's very important is make sure you push your vinyl cuff past the ring on the tube. This will ensure that your vinyl cuff does not fall off the wand. The second hose is our pump out hose. It already comes with the cam fitting built on, and the last thing left to do is go ahead and put it in place onto the output fitting of the unit. To do that, simply open up the levers, push the fitting in place, slowly pull down on the levers, and now we can go ahead and put our cotter pin into place, which will help secure the fitting. So this was the out-of-the-box video for the Model 7000.